Due to illness, the roles of the nice guys on business today will be played by Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. We apologize for the inconvenience.
So tomorrow's an interview day. Wouldn't this be a great topic for like a business topic for an interview day, or you want to bring it up on the Tuesday, Thursday day? I'm okay either way.
Yeah, why? Because it's actually business. We don't want to talk about that on Tuesday and Thursday.
Oh well, it's trying to stay free of business if I could.
It is now 7:06. You have exactly 8 hours and 54 minutes to think about why you are here, to ponder the error of your ways. You will not talk, you will not move from these seats, and you will definitely not listen to the Nice Guys on Business podcast. Need an education on how to grow your business? The Nice Guys are here to help. Learn about great customer service, networking, and how just being nice can help you prosper. Now, here are your hosts, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
Nice Guy listeners, welcome back. I guess we have started the show. My name is Strickland Bonner, not Strickland Bonnie. And on the other side of the microphone, Mr. Doug Sandler.
Hey, welcome.
So we've been downloaded in 174 countries, you're saying?
Yeah, 174 countries. Now we have, just to give you a little review as of last week, now we have 1.143 million downloads. So 1,143,455 as of the date of this recording. 174 countries we've been downloaded in, and still trucking, man. Still freaking trucking. We appreciate you, Nice Guy community, so very much.
Speaking of which,
yeah,
we have a new website up now, right?
Is it up? Is it up yet?
I think it probably should be.
Oh my gosh, you're kidding me. Seriously? I have not even looked at it yet. How would we know?
I don't know. I can't guarantee that it's up, but I think it probably is. Since we're recording this stuff days ahead.
All right. Well, I don't want them to go to the old one. So if they go to the old one, they're going to be repelled by it. So how about if we don't share it quite yet until we're sure that it's going to be up?
Okay. So until we confirm, please don't go to niceguysonbusiness.com. Then at some point we'll confirm that, yes, you can go there again.
Here's the litmus test. If it looks really shitty when you go there, that's not the new one. Right. That's the one that Strickland created. Okay?
Put it on me. No, that's the one that I paid somebody to create, and they did a shitty job of it.
I hope he's not still in our listening community. Or maybe...
I don't think so.
Maybe he is, but... No, because he wouldn't have dogged us the way that he did, right?
Nah.
We don't want to mention his name, do we?
Well, no, it was a guy on... it was on, not Elance, it was on Fiverr or something. It wasn't...
Okay, fine. Well, they're not real people.
I don't think he ever was a listener anyway, right?
They're not real people. No, definitely not. Okay, Strick, we got a ton of stuff to get to. Before we get to the topics, I just want to quickly remind everybody, we haven't done this in a while in the level of intensity that we had done, and we appreciate everybody that's doing this, but we really need everybody to head over to the app on Overcast. Just take a moment. Right next to the play button, there's a little star. That is the recommend button. That is the lifeblood that will keep us on the charts, high-ranking charts on Overcast, which is pretty much solely the place that most of our downloads come from. So please take a moment, just hit that. Go back as many episodes as you possibly can and take just that quick second. You can do it while you're continuing to listen to this episode. You don't even need to necessarily be listening to our podcast at the same time. So it's okay. We just want to get the download, the recommendations. So please take a moment and do that. All right, that's all you're going to hear about it from us today.
Can we start a Twitter hashtag of fuck iTunes?
Oh, I'm only afraid that if we do that, somebody might pay attention, and then it would be bad. It probably. Okay, let's do it. Hey, you know what? As a matter of fact, I was speaking to Anna and Christopher Morales. Oh, I got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about from that perspective. But Christopher Morales, who is our intern from what college is he from?
Columbia, I think.
No, not Columbia, not Ithaca. What the heck is it? What's the one that's in New York?
There's a lot of colleges.
Okay, hold on. Let me look. I don't want to be wrong here. Christopher will get mad at me. Let's not have him get mad. Hold on, Christopher. If I could figure out how to spell it. Christopher Morales. Cornell. Thank you.
Yeah,
okay,
Cornell.
Got it. Thanks. I knew we had it. So Christopher created this whole Instagram. I don't know what you call it. What is our Instagram page? I guess I don't know what it would be considered.
Our account,
but Instagram account. So he's got a whole Instagram account. I can't actually tell you the name of the account because I don't know. Hold on, jeez. Yeah.
Nice Guys Podcast.
Maybe I don't know. Let me go there. Hold on. Let's see if I can do it Let me see if I can do it on my new iPhone. How quickly I'm able to do it. Nice Look at that. It's Nice Guys on Biz. It's nice.
Yeah?
It's,
okay, so I can stop the tech music.
Yeah,
already?
see
that was quick.
that is the benefit. I'm telling you, this new iPhone 8 is fucking amazing. So I do have my very own personal Instagram page, which I had been updating, but Christopher and Anna have done such a great job with putting this Nice Guys on Biz. So it's Nice Guys on B-I-Z, Nice Guys on Biz page together or account together for us on Instagram that we really want to have a whole bunch of people that are following us. Right now we only have 40 followers, which I don't think is a lot. But, I noticed, Strickland, you're a rock and roll doc, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
Yeah, so you actually are following us. Did you know that?
I love that. Okay. I didn't realize I was...
I had no idea I was following us. So Christopher and Anna put together this really cool Instagram page, and he's going to be posting a lot of the promo from the show. So I've been uploading a whole bunch of videos to a Google Drive, and they're going to be doing that. So head over to Nice Guys on Biz on Instagram if you're an Instagram user and check out some of the stuff. But right now, just follow us. I promise you we will be updating that on a regular basis as soon as we start that schedule. I had no idea where I was going from here, though. So let's just pick up the ball and keep rolling.
We'll just tell people to go there and check it out.
Yeah. Check it out. Check it out.
Okay. And then what else are we doing? I've lost my place.
I know.
Oh, iTunes charts. That was it because it was technology. I knew that I had something in my mind that was, technology.
The iTunes charts. So we actually hit number 47 on the iTunes charts for business last week.
Maybe we should rescind that hashtag.
You think so?
Maybe.
No, I don't.
That was amazing. We've never even been up
Well,
at all
we-
in the top 200.
yeah, we-
oh, no.
yeah, we were.
cracked the top 200 barely at some point.
We did.
right?
We were on New and Noteworthy when we first came out. Then we cracked the top 200, I think once, maybe twice. But then we hit 46 or 47 on the charts just last week when that article came out. The top Inc. magazine, top 8 podcasts to be listened to by entrepreneurs or something like that.
Yeah.
Jeez,
Yeah.
I don't know. If we actually had some focus, we probably some marketing. I see some of these, even our clients do a better job of marketing their podcast than we do. Maybe we should get some lessons from them.
But the downloads don't matter. I thought we talked about that.
Maybe you're right. Okay, fine, whatever. We just create a quality production that nobody listens to. Oh yeah, 1.2 million people do listen to it. So I guess it's doing
there you
something
go.
good.
So what's the problem?
You want to do we didn't do any speed read because we had too many topics. So you just want to spin the topics wheel, or do you want to go off the board and talk about something else?
Well, there's one we definitely want to get to. Since we're talking about iTunes and technology, I want to make sure we do some of the totally self-congratulatory, but the iTunes reviews.
Oh, yeah, we haven't done that in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
Hold on
I want
a
to hear
second.
some.
Let me pull them up here.
I need to feel the love.
Okay, here we go. All right, this one is from Rob BSP. Rob BSP. Okay. This was done on November 8th, so I guess this was about a week or so ago. Mm-hmm. Doug and the Nice Guys are not just nice guys. I mean, they are nice, though. They are incredibly thorough, well thought out, and provide a great experience and knowledge to the listener. Bravo, Nice Guys. That's good. Strick. Thorough.
Wow.
Or thorough.
Thanks, Rob. We appreciate that.
5 stars, by the way. 5 stars.
Love that.
This one's coming from Bradley Kahlo. I don't know Bradley, but thank you, Bradley. 5-star review.
But you know Rob?
No, I don't know Rob either. I don't think I know Rob.
Okay.
Maybe I do. It was Rob BSP, and it was 5-star review, and his was not just nice guys in quotes. This is from.
It's always better when it's somebody we don't know. That's always nice.
I might know Rob, but I don't recognize the name or the lingo, so I'm going to say no. So, Rob, if you're listening, I do apologize if you're my best buddy or something.
Right.
This next one's from Bradley Kahlo, Callow, November 9th, selective content consumer. I'm extremely selective where I spend my time when it comes to content consumption because I found myself historically to be an overconsumer that stalled my action application of what I learned. The podcast came highly recommended by a dear friend, and her enthusiastic recommendation led me to check it out. Wow. Do yourself a favor and dive in. Great content.
Dude, can I tell you something? I love that. I don't want to offend Paul Morena, our what the hell do you call him? Our patient number 1, our listener.
Yeah, patient 0.
Yeah, patient 0, right? Our listener 0, right? Paul drives a lot and listens to a ton of podcasts. And Sean Carpenter apparently also listens to a ton of podcasts. And we love you guys, and we appreciate that. Obviously, I'm sure there are many podcasts that you listen to every once in a while, and some, but it seems like you listen to ours all the time. And we publish 5 fucking days a week, so really it says a lot. But when somebody is like that, and they're basically you know what? I love consuming, but I've realized that it keeps me from action. So I have to be very selective about what I listen to. And he's basically said, and I listen to the Nice Guys. I really
That's good.
that.
I think you'll appreciate this last one. I held this one the last because I think you'll appreciate this one the most. This is from Hey Frage, and you know who Hey Frage is. It's Sarah Fraser. So Sarah.
Oh, Sarah Fraser.
Doug and Strickland are brilliant. 5 stars. Okay, here's the review. I met Doug and Strick.
Are you sure she actually listened to the show before she actually posted this?
Yeah, I could listen to the review. It's very telling. I met Doug and Strick over a year ago at DC Podfest, and I became a fan. These two guys are not only nice guys, they are generous with their ideas and time. The show is fun, pure, and about building others up. I recommend tuning in. Yay! Now, we don't have a lot of outspoken women in our community, and we appreciate any time a woman does happen to say something, especially if it says something nice about us. Most of the time, if a woman is talking about our podcast, there's some expletives that go along with the description.
Well, sometimes. Not
sometimes. It's very true.
Occasionally, yeah.
Very true. So thank you, Sarah Fraser, for leaving us. If you haven't listened to her podcast is called Hey Frage and Hey Phrase. Hey Frage or Hey Phrase? Hey Frage.
I need to look. I was trying to find it on Stitcher. It's not available on Stitcher because she is on. Oh, what is the network that she's on?
Podcast One or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And so I've actually got to find it on.
I think you
Google
can.
Play.
Can't you go to? You don't have. Sorry, you don't have iTunes.
Exactly.
I want to ask you a question. Speaking of DC Podfest, which is which was a conference that you and I spoke at last week, Strick. Mm-hmm. Did you notice when we got up and started to speak, there was a woman that was in the front row? I don't know if you noticed this. I know this is specifically, and I said, "Hey, listen, I just want everybody to know if you're not interested in making money from your podcast, can you do us a favor? There's like 20 people that are standing in the back. Can you leave?" I mean, so I said, I know. It's probably going to offend some people. And I know by the time that we finish this, I'm probably going to offend a whole bunch of people in our audience. And I do apologize to anybody that we're going to offend. I did happen to call out a couple of groups specifically. And the woman in the front row got up and left. Now, I wasn't sure if she was angry with me or if she was leaving because she wasn't going to actually be sitting in. Do you have any insight as to why she left?
Yeah, I do. I don't want to get into too many of the details, but
okay.
I think it was one of those groups that you called out that you were maybe slightly insensitive. But what was interesting was, I think it worked out fine anyway, because the podcast that she and her group did it was a dramatic podcast. So it's a fictionalized, right?
Yeah.
And I don't want this to turn into a turnkey ad.
No turnkey ad.
What we are talking about, like it doesn't matter how big you are, you can make money at your podcast. The strategy would not work with a fictionalized podcast. In other words, the only way that I know of with a fictionalized podcast to make money is to basically get a lot of downloads and get sponsorship.
So I'm going to assume that she left because really the content was not going to be of value to her, right?
Yeah, that's your story.
Can we go with that one?
We're going to stick with it.
Because I think that would be 2 years out of 2 years that we presented there that I would have offended somebody and made them leave the room.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm so sorry, everybody. Sorry. I usually am quite a nice guy, but I get all excited. I'm so interested in being irreverent and funny that
it was kind of a shit show of a presentation. I think we really got our point across.
Yeah.
But we need to focus it a little bit more next time. But it was.
Would you say that part of it was the fact that you actually didn't review the slides until
details? God, Doug, putting it on me and shit.
Well, no, I'm not saying that I was spot on with my presentation, but I can tell you that from my experience and knowing how you handled it, you actually didn't review the slides until we were actually showing them.
No, I reviewed them like 10 minutes before we showed them.
Oh, geez. Okay. All right. Well, fair enough. You did a good job.
I think we got our point across. I think it was a bit of a scattered presentation, but I think a lot of people got a lot out of it.
Yeah.
And ultimately it had the correct effect, but we definitely could do a better job of it.
Was the effect pissing people off? Because I think I would agree with you then.
No, I think we made some people happy. I think we opened some eyes. We had some light bulb moments from some people.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
And that, I think, was really the point.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. Well, thank you, Strickland.
Yeah.
I appreciate you defending me. I don't know if you just defended me or not.
No, I think that, there is, okay, what is the topic? And then what is the actual execution, right? I think the topic was excellent, and I think all of our points were excellent, and I think everything that your focus of the presentation was excellent. I just think our combined execution could have been better, and we'll do it better next time, and that's okay. We have room for improvement.
We will. I'm trained. It's
all good.
I am a trained professional. Watch me next time.
Trained and trainable.
I am totally a trainable professional then.
Okay, so we're 16 minutes in, which means we're kind of close to the middle of the episode.
Do it.
So do we want to get to Jackie's
jokes? Yes, do it. Yes. Love his music.
Hi, I'm Jackie Martling, here with your Nice Guys joke of the day. A guy goes to his best friend's wake. He decides to leave, and he goes to the coat closet, opens the door, and there's his best friend's widow going down on the funeral director. He said, Jesus, Sylvia, what in the name of anything that's decent are you doing? She says, in my grief, I should know what I'm doing.
What?
In my grief, I should know what I'm doing.
Follow me at Jackie Martling. I tweet jokes every day at 4:20 p.m.
All right, let me just say this. It doesn't have to fall on the proper ears every time, right? Does he have to be
that kind of lost me there.
Yeah, lost me a little bit too.
I don't know. Like, was it like ridiculously obvious? I missed.
I missed it too.
In my grief, I should know.
All right. Hey, Jackie, we know you're a fan of the show. Could you do me a favor? Could you call me? We have to talk.
Yeah, I need a little explanation on that.
I do too. I just need a little help. I need a little help understanding. Right. That's okay.
More stuff.
Yep, we got plenty more to go.
Do we want to get to the, we actually have voicemails from Ryan.
Yeah, let's do Ryan's voicemails. I can't remember the direction that Ryan's voicemails goes, but I'm sure they're good ones. Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. Yeah. Let's go.
Doug, Strick, Brian Bowcross. Hey, so Jared said something about your Funkin' fans not calling in, so this one's for him. It's 9 p.m. my time, and I'm still driving home to Houston from Dallas, and it's a little lonely on the road, so I thought I'd just swing through and say hey, and so I have more shit to listen to while I'm driving all these miles now with the new gig. Anyway, keep up the good work, guys, and peace out.
Hey, he said with the new gig, that means that Ryan got the new job. He was thinking
about. You didn't see that on Facebook?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
He took the new job, huh?
He's got a new job where he's going to be teaching a whole buttload of realtors all kinds of stuff.
This is actually going to be good for us, I think. I think he has an opportunity to play segments of our show in the middle of his class. Don't you think it would be good comedic relief? So how did I get inserted into Ryan's job?
Yeah, I was going to say, so basically you take Ryan's success of his new job and all you can think about is how it's going to help us.
Well, isn't that's not right? It's not a good way to think.
You should just congratulate Ryan on his success.
Oh, Ryan, right. Congratulations, man.
Be happy for him.
I am very happy for Ryan. Yeah, for all the shit that Ryan has actually been through with the floods and everything this year. I love that success is finding his way to him. And not that he wasn't a successful guy beforehand. And he has a follow-up message, Strick.
Okay, let's listen to the follow-up message.
Hey, it's Ryan again. Yeah, like I said, I'm a little bit bored on the road right now.
Lonely.
I remember back in the day you guys used to get some of your Funkin' fans to call in and do like intros. So you can cut this one, but here's mine. This one's for all the road warriors. This is the Nice Guys on Business podcast.
Nice.
There you go. Hopefully you can use that. Not that it's for me or anything, but I don't know. Again, I'm just bored on the road, and I've already listened to all the episodes and stuck a star on all that I could.
Thank you.
Anyway, yeah, that's all I got for now. Until I think of something else and call you back.
Call back, right.
I hope you guys are well. Later.
Hey, so see, Nice Guy community, it really does not require a huge amount of effort, or as you can see in Ryan's case, any talent to be able to do voiceover work for us.
Or any real thought put into anything. You just...
Okay, so let me tell you what I pulled away from both of those messages. Number one, he's on the road. Number two, he's very lonely. And number three, do you think there's any of those, what do you call those? What are those things called? The places that you go to get the massages?
Oh, Oh, like the rub and tug?
No, what do they call them? Like, what are they officially like? If you, I don't know. In the old days, you used to have to open up a phone book. Not that I would know this from personal experience, but there was what the hell are those things called?
Like a massage with a happy ending?
No, geez, I want to say like it's like a spa or a bathroom or something.
Okay,
I don't know I don't remember what they're called. Anyway, so it's just funny. It reminded me, he was lonely. He's on the road. You might want to edit all this shit out. I don't really know.
Wichita lineman is there on the line. Yeah. So that's how we get people to call in, is you got to be really fucking bored. Are you saying that you deleted the other 27 voicemails that he left because he was driving and driving?
No, that was it. That was the two that he left. So maybe we should just chop up that part and just put it at the beginning of the show.
Yeah. I am actually copying the file right now into the right folder.
Holy
so I
shit.
can use it for an opener. Ryan, I'm calling it Ryan Road Warriors in the open folder, because I have to put it in the open folder or it won't get played.
Ryan, I would ask you this about your job, your new job, and I'm sure you're very proud of it, and I'm proud of you for getting the job. But where's the quality of life if you're on the road and bored? That to me, isn't there? Or is that the trade-off that you actually, the compromise that you make in order to get the new job? I don't know. I don't know.
If you had a Tesla, I could drive for.
That would be pretty. Wait, do the new Teslas drive for you?
Oh, well, I don't know if it's available on the new 3 Series, but it is available on the S. Yeah.
How does that work in traffic? I mean, in not traffic, in city traffic.
I saw a video, and I'll have to find the link to it. I saw a video somewhere of basically all of the cameras that Tesla, like, it's complicated. I'm going to have to find the video again. It's up on YouTube somewhere, and it shows Tesla doing a drive, right?
Yep.
And it's some highway driving and some back road driving and some like city driving. And it shows you the cameras that the car actually sees, right? So it shows you the front camera, the side camera, and it shows you some little computer printout of what the computer is seeing and thinking.
Right. Okay. How many pages of data is that?
It's unbelievable. It's really cool because the drive is sped up, right? So they basically do a 2-hour drive or something in 5 minutes. And it is fascinating. And there are a couple places where they're doing city driving, like somebody comes walking across the street,
right,
and like it stops. It knows that somebody is walking across the street and it stops. I mean, it was cool as shit.
How the hell does it know?
It's just smart, I guess.
I mean, things like, what about when if somebody were like to throw a ball, like a ball would get, and does it take over and actually slam on the brakes? And if that's the case, what happens to the person that's behind you? I don't understand. The whole concept, it works for me on the highway, but I don't know how it works in city traffic. I just don't know how it works. I'm excited for the possibility of being able to get into a car and just say, here's the place I'm going to. And then I saw one of like the still shots, like there's 2 people hanging out in what would be considered, I guess, the back seat of the car, although it's just like a lounge chair. And they're like reading a book, a conversation. I'm like, gosh, is that where technology and driving is heading? And if that's the case, I'm loving that.
I think it is. I really think it's where it's going.
I'm excited for this, and I'm hoping that it's perfected in our lifetime so that I can actually be able to take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly how much shorter my life is going to be, but...
And there was a guy that got killed like 6 months ago or a year ago, and he was letting his Tesla drive. And of course, there was a big backlash of, oh my God, it's not safe, right? And Elon Musk pointed out that they've had 120,000 miles driven, like auto drive, with 1 death. And that on average, there's 1 fatality in every 70,000 driving miles. So basically, sure, shit happens sometimes. There's some accidents you're never going to be able to avoid, but this is a whole lot safer than the humans.
Yeah. It's interesting. I'm looking forward again to seeing how this plays out in reality, because I think there is so much opportunity and so much additional productivity that we can get out of people, or just be able to forget the productivity perspective, but just look at the not falling asleep at the wheel, or being able to be a little less stressed to get from one spot to another, or all of the things that are associated with having a driverless car, which could be incredible for everybody. Totally. All right, we're ready for another topic? Yep, let's do it. Okay, spin the wheel. Good spin. Meditation and yoga. That's funny. That was the one that I wanted to talk about, actually. Is that right? Yeah, it's a Strickland update.
It is a Strickland update. So I do, whenever I can, on Saturday mornings, like we typically record our episodes on Saturday mornings, and whenever possible, I go to my yoga class on Saturdays with Laura Cannon, and Laura Cannon kicked my ass this morning. So I came from my yoga class to right to recording my episode here today.
Yep.
And then I do a little bit of yoga every day. And so, we've talked about this in the past, but Doug, I realize it's been a really long time since we've talked about this.
Okay.
And you do meditation every day, right?
Yep. Twice a day, 10 in the morning, 10 at night.
And, as business people, we don't really always think about taking care of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And if we are not mentally and physically in shape and taking care of ourselves, then we can't run our businesses. And you got to think about yourself first. And so, I know there are a lot of people out there that think about yoga and meditation as woo-woo and hippie-ish and all that crap. And there have been tons and tons of studies done on meditation that show that it helps to retrain your brain, because when you get into a situation that is stressful, your brain doesn't work the same way, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It releases all kinds of chemicals that make you not necessarily think as clearly or make decisions as clearly. And meditation on a regular basis can help train your brain to stay calm in those situations and to think more clearly. And Doug, you and I mean, I'm not going to say how old we are, of course, I'd have to beep it out. But we're not in our 20s and we're not in our 30s, right?
Yep.
And I got to tell you, yoga, it just, I do about 10 minutes in the morning. I've got like 4 or 5 different specific stretches I do. And then I do another 5 minutes at night before I go to bed. And it's huge. Like if I don't do it for a day or two, I totally notice it. And it makes a huge difference to me of just because I hate to exercise, right? Like
I think
I'm trying to walk more, but I hate to exercise.
I think a lot of people find either meditation, yoga, exercise, different diet, something like that. I think that they find that becomes a more integral part of their life when they actually experience an episode, unfortunately, whether it's a heart attack that changes their diet or, a crippling back injury that results in potentially either surgery or chiropractic care that might find them yoga. In my case, anxiety brought me to meditation. I wish that it didn't have to be something so dramatic that happens in people's lives. And the people that are listening, Nice Guy community members that are out there that don't do any of those things because you haven't had an episode in your life that was the catalyst to get you into it, just think about it. I mean, just think about a 10-minute period of time, whether it's yoga or meditation or a combination of the two things. I'm really lax on the yoga side of things, but have been a consistent meditator for the last almost 2.5 years now. And it has truly changed my life. And I am not, as Strickland is not, we're not woo-woo kind of people that believe in that. I mean, I don't think you are, Strick, are you? You're not a woo-woo kind of guy.
not really.
So for me, I'm
open-minded.
Yeah, open-minded. I mean, what it has done for my decision-making capacity, for my ability to remain calm under challenging situations. When I am in a challenging situation and need to find a little resolve, meditation for me has been truly amazing. And it is 10 minutes a day, twice a day. You're always waking up and you're always going to sleep. Every day you do it, right? You go to bed, you wake up. If you do it when you're in bed, it's 10 minutes. You're just staying in bed 10 minutes longer and doing it. If you're doing it right before you go to bed, you can do it again in bed, or you can do it where I do it. I have this little red chair. It's in my office it's my meditation chair. And it is the chair that I know that is my safe spot, 10 minutes and 10 minutes. It's so fucking easy to do. So easy.
Yep. Got to take care of yourself. That's what it's all about. It's very, very important. And it's not woo-woo. It's good stuff.
Well, I'm glad that you find the yoga for yourself to be something that's valuable. Just not just from it sounds like it's more than just for you stretching. It's kind of like a little bit, it helps you with this new, whatever you want to call this new lifestyle or this new process that you go through.
My morning and evening is really more about stretching than it is about sort of relaxing and getting, my head in that space. Mm-hmm. Whereas the Saturday class definitely does that. It's like an hour. So that's both. But, I keep saying I'm going to do the meditation too. And I just haven't. I need to.
And probably you're seeing a whole bunch of people that are in the same spot. I mean, it's probably more women than men, right? In your class?
I'm the only guy usually. Sometimes there's one other guy.
That's always funny. It's like, why are women so mumuch more in touch with their mental being than guys are? Why? Yeah. We shut down that. We're like, no. We're just gonna grind through it. I'm like, no, guys. Meditation, yoga, find them in your life. Even a short period of time, it'll make it work. You will find a remarkable difference in your life if you just use it.
Cool.
All right, Strick, what are we going to go on to?
Let's get to another topic.
Strick, I must say that your wheel spinning technique is getting quite professional.
Like it was unprofessional.
No,
before?
I just think you have a good consistent spin. It's almost like it's a recording.
Almost like that. It's very consistent. I've gotten it's like a golf swing. I'm trying to do exactly the same thing every time.
Bum, bum, ba-dum.
Yeah, I need to get that sound effect back. To succeed in business, you need capital, knowledge, and drive. You must have two if you want to get the third. This was something I heard the other day.
Hey, can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Tomorrow is an interview day.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think tomorrow. Today's Thursday, right?
Yes.
So tomorrow's an interview day. Wouldn't this be a great topic for like a business topic for an interview day, or you want to bring it up on the Tuesday, Thursday day? I'm okay either way.
Yeah, why? Because it's actually business. We don't want to talk about that on Tuesday and Thursday.
Oh well, I was trying to stay free of business if I could.
No, that's okay. Well, because the one right next to it then is Inbox Zero. Who's up for the challenge?
Oh,
is that business or is that more personal?
I'll go either way. I don't. Either way,
we can do Inbox Zero. That's okay.
I just realized as I was approaching Inbox Zero on my inbox just a couple days ago that the last time I'm almost there all the time. Yeah, I usually have somewhere between 5 and 10 emails in my inbox, and not because I haven't read them, but because there's action that has to go that I have to like take action on.
Right.
So I'm looking at my Inbox Zero like right now, or my inbox right now. I just since we started recording, I do have actually it's from a client, so that's fair. I have 2 emails from one client that are in there now that I'm going to take care of as soon as we finish this episode. But it's very rare that I actually get to inbox completely zero. Now I have 2 inboxes. I have one for my personal and I have one for my business. And right now, with the exception of those 2 emails, they are both zero. Mm-hmm. So I throw a challenge up. When was the last time? I'm not asking you, Strick, because I think I know your answer. When was the last time, Nice Guy community, you were at Inbox Zero? And are you up for the challenge to be at Inbox Zero? I would love, and actually it is something that we have a rolling dialogue with on the Nice Guy community. And it's interesting. If you're not a part of the Nice Guy community, niceshortcut.com will get you there. Add to the conversation for sure. Have you had a chance to ever challenge yourself to be at Inbox Zero? So I'll throw it to you, Strick.
Well, was it a couple of months ago that I was there or close to there?
Something like that.
And now I'm not. It's I'm back to I have 318 in my inbox right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. It's just it's challenging for me.
I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't.
It is challenging for me.
So when you see that, what do you do? Like that would just give me anxiety to open up my inbox.
Exactly. Well, that's what happens. You just, at some point, so when I did get it down to whatever it was a couple of months ago, where I got down to 0 or 5 or whatever it was, right? Like, for a couple of weeks, I was really good with it, right?
Yep.
And then, other things come up and other things are more important and you let it slip. And then at some point you're like, fuck it. And you throw your hands in the air. I mean, that's exactly what happens every single time.
But what's interesting.
Now, it's not to say that I don't want to get back there again. I will sometime, but I'm not going to beat myself up over it. I mean, I think that's what it is. It is.
So
what it
when
is.
you have an Inbox Zero, or then you or when you have, let me go back and put myself in your, or put me in your place. When you have 318 emails, how do you know which ones are ones that need to be like acted upon?
No, that's the problem. I mean, I don't. I mean, we've had this discussion before. Like, you and I think differently. Do I think it's important? Yes. But like, let's look through my email right now. Okay. There's one from you about a note about Ninja episode for Karen. Okay. I'm aware of that. Right. But don't need to do anything. Guest management overview flow chart. I've got 4 messages between you and Mar. Again, very interesting. I'm all about it. It's not something I have time to look at right now. Podcast host interview tips from you. I wrote a tips PDF. Again, very interesting. Not something I have time to look at right now.
Right.
GoDaddy. We've updated WordPress. I don't give a shit. SEMA connection notification. EV charging session suspended. QuickBooks payment received. Nice Guys.
Wait, that's a good one. That's a good one. Hold on. That's a good one.
Payment
the QuickBooks
received?
payment received.
You see, you're funny like that too, right? Like, you're like, have they paid? Have they paid? Have they paid? I'm like, dude, they have a fucking invoice, right? Unless they are total losers, they're going to pay. What are you fucking stressing about? You see, we just focus on different things.
I don't get, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. I have a note. Lou Diamond, a holiday question. Andy Monfried checked in, right? I love Lou. I want to look at that, but you know what? It's just not a priority right now.
So if it's not a priority right now, and again, I'm just working through your mindset, not your mindset, but those that have other than inbox zero. If it's not a priority and you look at that and you're like, shit, I don't think I'm ever going to, what is the furthest backdated email that you have in that email chain, not email chain, but that in your inbox? 318, how far back do they go? And if they go back more than like 2 weeks, I would have to think you're never going to get to it. So why don't you just delete it?
Well, no,
And just so you know, that's not how I achieve inbox zero.
No, you just keep up with it as you're going. I totally understand. But you are different from me. You have a different focus from me. And it's just, I have no argument that my way is better than yours. It's not. It's fucking wrong, right? It's terrible. Mark Asquith, 2 free podcasting planning tools. Why you need to start now. Okay. That's one from podcast websites that I think may be interesting. I don't have time to look at it now. It's one that I may want to look at somewhere down the road.
Why wouldn't you just for now, why don't you just delete it?
Well, so let's say it is something that I think maybe I want to get back to at some point and look at. Mm-hmm. What's going to happen if I delete it? I'll never get to it.
Okay, so then let's do this. Why wouldn't you put that in? Why wouldn't you filter that in interesting? Like just have it like a folder. I have a million folders, and one of my folders is interesting things that I may want to look at.
Okay. Probably a good idea. I could do that.
If you create a filter that says, again, I apologize. Maybe what I'm doing is I'm presenting a problem without a potential solution. And maybe you're not even looking for a solution to the problem of having more than a handful of emails in your inbox. And potentially it doesn't create stress in your life. However, what I'm hearing is it would be really nice. You want to be able to get to it's funny. Wooohooo, you've read all your messages in your inbox. That is what my inbox says now. Mm-hmm. So all of those things that I have, I'm trying to create a solution for a situation that may not be problematic for people that are out there. If, however, less than inbox zero, which means having more than one email in your inbox, creates any level of anxiety or problem for you, why not try to create a solution for yourself? When we subscribe to this thing, Cloze, C-L-O-Z-E, and by the way, that's one of the topics on the list, Cloze is probably one of the best automated customer relationship management apps that I have ever seen, because it'll allow you to snooze on a particular email that you don't need to have access to right now because it's not really relevant in your life right now. Mm-hmm. And so I used to use my inbox as this is a holding tank for a potential customer or prospective customer that I want to reach out to in 2 weeks. So I'll just leave it in my inbox. And my inbox grew to like 50 emails, which anytime I have more than 30, I am like totally freaking out. I got to get lower than 30. 30 is my threshold. But because I have this thing called Cloze, CLOZE.com, I am now able to snooze it for the next 2 weeks because I don't really care, because I don't need to contact that customer. And the other thing it says is remind me if they don't reach back out to you, which is a great thing to have. You send out an email and you want to keep it in your inbox, and that way you can see if somebody didn't respond to an email that you sent out in the email chain. But if you just snooze it and you put remind me in 2 weeks if they don't respond to me, it pops back up again for me. So it further allows me to keep my inbox not just today tidy, but for weeks and weeks and months tidy as well.
No, it's a very good way to go.
Yep.
It's a really good plan, and I just have not gotten around to doing it yet. And I definitely could use some help and would love to do it. I just don't know when I'm going to.
So, Nice Guy community members, what I would say is if you're having any problem with your inbox and getting to zero inbox, just look at all the solutions, or look at all maybe the problems that are created on the Nice Guy community, niceshortcut.com. Just head over there, see what all the fun and antics that people are adding in. I'm happy to help. I mean, I won't charge anybody for it. I'd love to be able to just give you some ideas if you're willing to listen. Not you, Strick. I know you're not willing to listen.
I'm willing to listen. I just don't know that I'm ever going to make the time to actually do it.
Yeah. Well, I think part of the problem that most people have is that if you're not willing to change the behaviors that are in your life right now, oftentimes you're not going to get different results from what you're doing right now. And if that's okay, then keep it the same. All right, let's do one more topic, can we?
Okay.
Let's make it a fun one. Hope it's a fun one. Make it a fun one.
Was there a fun one in particular?
I don't know. I don't know what's left on the list.
Well, you got the list right in front of you there, right?
I'm not looking at it.
Well, you could look at it.
Why don't you just tell me which one came up?
I find myself pushing my clients to move along.
Oh, yeah. This is an interesting one. This is really an interesting one. When you want success for your customers more than your customers want success for themselves, what do you do?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, yeah, it's a tough one. They're going to be, I don't know the answer. I'm not going to use any names because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but there is someone that is in our community that is also a customer of ours that pays us significant amount of money for us to do our job. Mm-hmm. We've done our job as far as we possibly can do for this customer, but this customer won't get off their ass, unfortunately, and make shit happen for themselves. So we've reminded this customer several times, hey, it would be a really good idea. Let me help you. Let us create whatever series of steps. Can we break it into smaller steps for you? And it's not a priority for the customer, and they've paid their money. Mm-hmm. So I don't understand when you want the success for your customers more than your customer wants for themselves. It's almost like having an employee that you see the potential in so much, and that you're like, dude, why aren't you just doing what you need to do? Because it's not that hard. Just do you need help? Let me help you. And they're like, no, I'll get it. I'll do it. No, let me just help you. No, I'm going to do it. And then they just don't fucking do it. And you just, how do you handle, I'm reaching out to you, Strick. How do you handle somebody like that you just don't know how to take action or help them take action for themselves? I think every person and every customer has a different way to approach issues or approach problems or approach tasks. And I think the hard part is you got to figure out how do they approach it. I mean, we've seen this with Turnkey where, we just have different customers that approach the whole process different ways. And so, of course, we have to be flexible to do it the way that's going to be the most productive for them.
Yep.
But yeah, sometimes it's hard to figure out what is the most productive for them or the best way for them to help themselves. And I think that's the hard part is that they're different people. That answer is going to be different for different people. In other words,
agreed.
The way to help push one person along is different from the way to help push another person along. And I guess it's kind of our job to figure that out.
Yeah, I think so. I just don't, will they ever come back to you and just say, we would have moved faster through this process differently if you just would have blank, blank, blank. I don't know. Again, I'll reach out to the community, ask the question, do you have a situation in your life where you will want to help somebody, you want to get to the next level, and then they turn around, they blame it on you anyway that they didn't excel?
Well, there's two things. I think, first of all, it would be a good idea to ask them, like you just said, hey, if somebody comes back to you and says, look, all you had to do was X, Y, and Z, and I would have moved along. Maybe at some point, if you're feeling frustration, you go back to the customer and say, dude, please tell me what can I do to help you? Like what is there some different way I should approach this? Because I want to help you and I'm totally flexible. We'll do it any way you want. But I think the problem is a lot of times they don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know their own method. They don't know the best way for them.
I guess so. And I just don't want them to feel like we've given up on them. But at the same time, I also have to protect our business. In this particular case, our business. In other cases, maybe your job. If you're a leader within an organization and you just have a team that's not willing to do what they need to do, you just have to say, at some point you got to say step up or step out. And you can't, it's very challenging to say that to a customer. And I guess you don't have to say it to a customer that's paying you for services if they continue to pay you. But I don't think there's a benefit by taking money from a customer that's not willing to do what they need to do.
Yeah.
It's almost like this is the point where you just say, I have the right to fire a client, right?
Right.
So anyway, I just my thoughts on it.
It is interesting. I think it really is about the figuring out what type of customer you're dealing with and what is it that they need, because everybody needs a push in a different way. I think that's really I think that's the key.
Yeah. All right. Well, why don't we? Are we far enough into this episode where we feel like we've created enough value that we've exceeded the errors that we made last week in creating poor episodes or poor content?
Yeah, we're more than 40 minutes in. I feel like we've created some valuable content this week. I feel better this week about last week.
Okay. Yes. All right. So tomorrow we have tomorrow's Randy Day, isn't it?
tomorrow's
I think
Randy.
tomorrow is. Geez, I don't even know who's on the schedule for tomorrow. Do you know?
Let's see. What is that? 11:20. What?
Not that a name is going to tell me.
Dr. Sherrod Paul.
No, that tomorrow. Hold on.
Oh, that's the old one. I gotta change the date on that now. Don't we?
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. We have no idea who's coming up tomorrow, but it's going to be a great interview.
We can pull up the calendar here. It's on the calendar.
Okay, let's take a look at the
calendar up yet. I got my other thing. We have to rearrange. Tanya Acker was this. Sherrod Paul. I've still got Sherrod Paul on here. Did
Dr. Paul is here? I don't remember if that got changed. No.
Is that one that you did?
Yeah, Dr. Paul is somebody that I did. Yeah.
So it may not be the right one.
I don't know. Anyway, well, when you tune in tomorrow, you'll either hear a really good episode or a really shitty one, depending on who did it.
And I don't know about that, Doug. Like, are you saying that if it's yours, it's really
I don't know.
good, really,
I
or
was
are you saying
leaving.
if it's Randy's, it's really good, really
no!
shitty?
Would I ever say that Randy would do a shitty episode? No way! I did not say that. No, I was referring more to me, but I was just joking. I was leaving a little ambiguity out there.
Okay, then.
That's ambiguity. I don't know how to spell that.
Ambiguity. No, that's right. Ambiguity.
Yeah.
That's correct. Okay, then. I just want to make sure Randy doesn't think we're digging on him.
No, I would not insult Randy. I would more insult myself right before I would insult Randy. But if you wanted to insult Randy, can we go back to that list that he has for a minute? Did we hit all of the 11 things that he sent over?
Yeah, we hit them all. We got through the list.
That was a really good interview that he did with Hot Bench
Tanya
last
Acker.
week. Yeah, did a good job.
That was really good.
He's got a bunch of interviews coming up in January. I was looking at the list. I'm not at liberty to share any of the names, but he's got some even names that I recognize, and that's saying a lot because I don't know anybody. That really is. All right, well, let's head out of here now. We'll come back tomorrow. We don't know who's being interviewed tomorrow. I think it's Dr. Sherrod Paul. Actually, he's a really good interview, a doctor from Australia, from Down Under. So that was my really poor Australian accent.
It was poor.
So nice guy community, never underestimate the value of nice or the value of, let's see, hashtagging, what can we do? Protesting 280 characters on Twitter. No, we did that one on Tuesday. Steve O'Brien, take us out of here.
The Nice Guys want to hear from you. Call 4242 DJ Doug and ask any questions you like. Well, except about the cloud. Nobody understands the cloud. Don't bring up Santa Claus either. Doug's still a believer.
Yes, your levels were too low. You see, I noticed early that your levels were too high, but now that your levels are too low, I hope on Tuesday's recording there's not too much noise. So do I get to eat more goldfish now in between episodes?
God, we're already at 1,700 downloads for the day. Oh, you're never gonna release Podcasters Forum, are you?
Probably not.
Why not?
I just didn't get around to it. I got fucking busy. You're right. I should do it. I know. I should do it. I could do it tomorrow. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow.
How about you just commit and just do it?
I know.
Well, wait. If you tell me that you're going to commit,
I know. But yeah, I know. I'll do it tomorrow.
Are you committing to that?
I'll edit and post it. Yes, I'll commit to it.
Okay. All right.
I'll post tomorrow.
So when you say or you think about saying in your head, I just don't have time, you'll. I'm
going to put it on my calendar right now.
Okay, that's good.
Strick text session.
You are recording or not right now?
Yeah, I'm recording.
Okay.
See, we want more Easter eggs, right? People like Easter eggs.
Let's remind everybody. I'll do it on.
Yeah, but if we're reminding everybody, it will have already come out on Sunday.
For Overcast.
Remind everybody. Oh, remind everybody to recommend us on Overcast.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me eat a few more goldfish, and then we'll go.
No shit.
Gotta have my goldfish. They're so good. They're freaking addictive.
That's what goldfish are all about. It is supposed to be addictive. It's like cracked cheese.
It is. It so is. Okay, we ready?
I didn't even know that there was 174 countries in the world, and that's how many we've been downloaded in.
That's how many downloads we have?
We're
downloaded in 174.
We're downloaded in. Let me just review. 174 countries.
What do they make of this? A pterodactyl, a brooch,